What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Rob Squad and the Creators. As always, we are excited to be in studio with these amazing artists, and you are here with your boy Jay.
Hey y'all, you're also here with your girl Amber, and we kicked off the Inside the Reaction feature with a very cool and fun song from the Broadway musical and film Hair. And we had Mr. Tim Sommer, noted musical expert, to help guide us, and today we are going to be treated to another song from Hair, and with some more expertise. Welcome back, Mr. Tim Sommer.
Welcome to the channel. We are so glad to have you back.
Thank you so much, Amber and Jay, and it is such a pleasure to be part of your world and to be talking to all of the people who've come to see you.
Hey, we appreciate you being here. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
It's great because you say part of our world, but it feels like we've been introduced into a completely new world. It feels like everything has just been broadened.
It's been since we started this channel 2 years ago. I mean, music is now a huge part of our life. We know you have studied music. Like I said, you've been a part of bands, big time, VH1, MTV stuff. So it truly is an honor to have someone who knows as much music and background history as you do here on the channel.
What you know doesn't matter. It's what you feel.
Exactly.
It's how you love music, and it's understanding that the world of music is a world of inclusivity and joy and emotion and heart. And you guys spread that message to the world. So it's very exciting to be here.
Well, we appreciate it. Guys, Tim has brought a group of 3 songs for us. Why don't you go ahead and give us that second one, Tim?
You know, in 1969, it was the year the New York Mets won the World Series.
The Mets are the world champions. Look at this scene.
It was the year men landed on the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It was even the year Richard Nixon became president.
Having lost a close one 8 years ago and having won a close one this year, I can say this: winning's a lot more fun.
And it's also the year Barbra Streisand recorded a song from Hair, and it's called Frank Mills.
Awesome. So this is another one from Hair and Barbra Streisand.
We love some Barbra.
Like we talk about songs that sound like they have like a musical theater vibe to it. Now, if we talk voices that
this one's a little different.
Barbra Streisand has just a very striking boisterous voice.
Yeah. Very striking. So we are ready to get into it, guys. As always, before we get started, make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads and our Rob Squad and the Creators episodes. This is going to be a lot of fun as we expand this channel, bring in new, exciting things. But today, as you heard Mr. Tim, we're going to check out some Barbra Streisand, Frank Mills. Y'all know we love some Barbra. The one I think about the most when I think of her is the Rose one. Oh, we did it so early on in the channel. Oh, it bugs me that I can't think of the title. But yeah, we've gone down that rabbit hole of Barbra Streisand, and we know we really like her. Like, when I think of some of my favorite singers, it's like Stevie Nicks, Celine Dion. I put Barbra Streisand in that mix as well.
Of course, yes.
This one's a little different. She uses a different kind of voice on this one, and I'd be very interested to see how you react.
All right, let's check it out. Barbra Streisand, Frank Mills. Let's get it.
I met a boy called Frank Mills on September 12th, right here in front of Waverly. But unfortunately, I lost his address. He was last seen with his friend, a drummer he resembles George Harrison of the Beatles, but he wears his hair tied in a small bow at the back. I love him, but it embarrasses me to walk down the street with him. He lives in Brooklyn somewhere and wears this white crash helmet. He has gold chains on his leather jacket. On the back are written the names Mary and Mom and Hell's Angels.
So he's got. It sounds like he's got all these nice things. He said he's got chains.
He's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy, but it embarrasses her to walk down the street with him. But she loves him.
You said it sounds like he has nice things, and she said, "I was."
you can
now
have nice
listen,
things.
my daddy would always said, if he's got a leather jacket and gold chains, it's a no go. I don't get like he has all these things. It's a red flag.
I've been on my kid Gambino. He didn't do that.
no.
He has some nice things, and he didn't do some
but
great
this
stuff.
is 69. This is 1969.
That's
so
right.
this is obviously like, she's not supposed to be hanging around with like the type of crowd. That's why she said she's embarrassed.
The bikers,
to
with
walk
leather
with
jackets, leather
right,
pants.
and she says that's what he wears. So it's obvious that they know, like it's like in Greece, it's like that.
Yeah,
it's like,
right. Yeah.
That's
it's like that
exactly
type of dynamic. And you said it's 69, so obviously she was younger. And for Barbra Streisand, we obviously knew her as an actress before coming into it, so we know older Barbara. And I feel like I can even hear more innocence in her voice here.
I'm so glad you said that. I am so glad you said it because I was literally thinking the same thing. It's the innocence, the youth in her voice.
Right.
And she's playing a part, and she's letting her Brooklyn accent come out a little bit.
Yes, I feel like you hear that, and
Yeah.
then I still feel like you hear some of the qualities in her voice that we hear later in life, like when she does get a little bit higher. I think one of the words was the 12th of something. She got a little bit higher, and I heard it, but then everything else, I feel like you hear her youth in it, and I feel like it fits because it is this certain type of innocence of this relationship during this time, and I think it makes it even better.
Right, and I think we're used to that, this long, drawn-out notes.
The look at me,
Right,
yeah.
that we're always so fascinated by when it comes to Barbra Streisand. So like you said, this is definitely a different take on her, but it's still really cool. And like
It's
you said,
beautiful.
my favorite thing about Barbara is the falsetto, the high notes that she can go to.
And how quickly she gets
is
there.
absolutely incredible.
But you forget that, as you mentioned earlier, she plays characters. She was a person who played characters, who started with musical theater, started with musicals coming to movies. And I think that's what's really coming out in this song.
For sure.
is she's playing a character.
Yes.
I like it. Let's get back. Let me go ahead and switch back over. Let me rewind a little bit. You can't miss any seconds of Barbara. Let's get back.
I would gratefully appreciate it if you see him. Tell him I'm in the park with my girlfriend, and please tell him Angela and I don't want the $2 back. Just
In the background.
She said she wanted him back. She said, "Tell Angela I don't want the $2 back, just him."
She wants her bad boy back.
She loves the bad
She
boy.
loves the bad boy.
Hey,
Hey, that's
now.
what she likes. And when you said that, keep your headphones on. Remember?
Oh, thanks.
And whenever you said that about her Brooklyn accent, she's kind of letting it come out. Like once I really started focusing on it, she was letting it come out quite a bit.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
And to see how that kind of helped play into the part and the role of the song that she was singing, I felt like she got it completely across. Yeah.
That was definitely a cool take of Barbra Streisand. Thanks for that pick.
Now, that's another song from the hit musical Hair, which was an enormous sensation in 1968, 1969, 1970. A lot of artists recorded songs from that musical, and that musical was meant to capture what life was like for young people and for hippies and for counterculture people and for people on the underground in the late and mid 1960s. And this was one part of it. The idea that you meet a boy, maybe he's a little dangerous. In this case, he says Hell's Angels on the back of his
That's
jacket.
right.
So he's in a biker gang, but you still love him. And that's the musical was about capturing different sides of the counterculture in New York City and throughout America in the late 1960s.
So we were getting a peek. The musical is like a peek into something that was very popular. So I could see why it would be such an interest to people of the time, because there are so many people going through that, so many people experiencing it, and then to have it in the form of music and to have it in the form of a play, I could see how that could just make so many people rush. And like we talk about The
A lot of
Godfather.
people was wanting some bad boys.
Right.
huh?
Well, no, we talk about The Godfather. Like it's a peek into
into a world that maybe we didn't know anything about.
Right.
Where in this case, it's a peek into the world that some of them were living, and so they got to go see it played out and to maybe even feel heard and seen in a musical.
And see, that's so cool to me because we know just the music. So being able to get the actual story behind it and kind of where this song came from and, you know, what it meant to, you know, that generation of, you know, kids, that's just super, super cool. And something, I never would have thought of, you know, unless I did the research. So that's awesome information too.
Well, and plus we do know this is a generation that did major changes. I mean, really shocked the
They were kind of the start of
right?
you know, what was going to be.
So I could see this musical being so very entertaining. And another fun part about what we've learned from you is I think it's very cool to see how Barbra Streisand came up from like the musical theater world. I feel like that's something that's very, very special because her voice truly had to be what made her absolutely famous. And of course we know why, but I think that shows a lot of tenacity to go through it that way and become famous.
Yeah. Well, what's so wonderfully, beautifully old-fashioned about this song is that it brings us back to a time before there were cell phones, before there was an internet, when you could meet somebody on the street, like them, get their phone number, and you'd lose it, or you keep it in your pants when your pants went through your wash, and you'd never be able to find that person again.
Oh, I could not imagine those days.
And that's what this song is about. It's about seeing somebody, and the first line mentions the Waverly, which is a movie theater on 6th Avenue in Greenwich Village in New York City. So she meets this boy, and she loses his phone number. And she doesn't know if she's ever going to see him again. If you can imagine that
tragic. Oh my goodness.
See, I'm glad you pointed it out because I might have missed the bit where because I was wondering why she said she just wanted him.
Yeah.
So I missed that bit in the middle where she lost the number, and I could imagine how tragic that would be. Because really, I mean, we are a privileged generation as far as having our cell phones and, you know, having everything just like at the palm of our hands. So we don't know that fear. And so I can't even imagine. Oh,
that's back to those passing notes in school. You had to write. You had to write notes instead of texting. Like it's just a completely different world nowadays. But that was super fun. That was awesome to, you know, get that take of Barbra Streisand. Tim, thank you for a great pick again. I'm still ready for your next one coming up. Super excited to see what that's going to be. But for all of you amazing RSR family members, that's going to be it for today's episode. As we always send you out of here, we love you, we thank you, we appreciate you, and remember every single day that you guys wake up, it is truly a blessing and that you are blessed. And for your new family members, to hit that subscribe button down below. We welcome you guys to the channel. Hope you guys enjoy this expansion we are doing, having some great and amazing guests like Tim come on here. But
thank you so much.
No problem. You guys always have a goal, just like we do. Let them know, Ma.
All right, y'all. All you got to do is make somebody smile.
We love you guys. Until next time, we'll see y'all later.
I met a boy called Frank Mills on September 12th right here.